Ladies and gentlemen, the star of the night, Mr. Billy Paul, and his lovely wife. Thank you very much for being a part of the night.
Thank you, man.
It's our pleasure. Can you hear? All right, so before we start the Q&A with Ms. DYANA, we have a very special guest, honored guest here, Councilman David O. is here, and I'm just gonna. I wouldn't try that. I tried it a couple times. I knew I'm getting old. Okay, so everybody, Councilman David O is here.
Thank you very much. It is a real honor to present this City Council, City of Philadelphia citation. And I really enjoyed the film, and I'll make a couple comments afterwards, but let me read this because I think this is the important thing that I should do. This is a citation honoring Billy Paul. The Council of the City of Philadelphia is pleased and proud to honor Philly soul legend Billy Paul as a living legend and on the occasion of the first Philadelphia premiere of Am I Black Enough for You? The title of his 1972 song and 2009 documentary on his life, music, and career. Whereas music has always played a major role in Billy Paul's life, at age 12 he appeared on radio shows here in our city and shared the stage with such artists as Charlie Parker and John Coltrane as a jazz vocalist at the age 15. And whereas Billy Paul's first commercial record was Why Am I, and since then he has recorded more than 20 albums that included songs Thanks for Saving My Life, Only the Strong Survive, Bring the Family Back, Your Song, Let 'Em In, and Grammy Award-winning Me and Mrs. Jones from the album 360 Degrees of Billy Paul. This gold album and platinum single broke records worldwide. And whereas influence from musicians have a great impact on communities, and Billy Paul has shared the stage with such icons as Dionne Warwick, Roberta Flack, Gloria Estefan, Miles Davis, Stevie Wonder, Smokey Robinson, The Temptations, Gladys Knight, and James Brown, to name a few, his music has shown versatility in that his style range from jazz to sophisticated R&B to ballads, and whereas Billy Paul has provided the world with a unique sound and style through his soulful music and profound messages throughout his 55-year music career, his 1998 album, The Very Best of Billy Paul, went double platinum in France. He continues to captivate audience throughout the world and tours extensively in South America and Europe. Therefore, by virtue of this citation, the Council of the City of Philadelphia does hereby honor legend Billy Paul and congratulate him on the first Philadelphia premiere of Am I Black Enough for You, presented by Reelblack Incorporated. The city is proud to recognize Billy Paul as one of our own legends and his invaluable music legacy for the city of Philadelphia, our nation, and across the globe, and extend to him the sincere respect and admiration of this legislative body. Congratulations.
We'll just pose this real quick. I don't know what your schedule is. DYANA, please. Yeah, Blanche, come in. I'll jump in. Well, let's get one like that. Thank you, Councilman.
I have to make one comment. I'm a Billy Paul fan. I do have a meeting at 9:30, so I'm going to stay till then. But, you know, while it's a little, maybe not that significant, but I don't wear a hat. And whenever I walk out and I get dressed up, I walk out and I remember an interview when I was a child watching Billy Paul say, his mother told him, you're never dressed until you wear a hat.
Councilman O got me down pat, because I remember saying that, and I'll still say that. I want to thank Councilman O, and when he runs city councilman, y'all vote for him. Because I'm going to thank him. I'm going to thank the city of Philadelphia. I'm going to thank my fans. I'm going to thank the people for coming out. I also want to thank Walt Palmer, who I was in the struggle with Lois Fernandez, who does a Doom Day on South Street every year. You know, like Billy. I'm going to name a lot of people, but I also want to thank my wife, Beverly Gay, who my other manager sitting back there. She's sitting back there. She might be out there because she likes to collect the money selling records. And so. But anyway, I want to say to Reelblack, also to my son Terry, who's in Norway, keep coming back. Reelblack.
Okay, so that was a surprise.
That was a surprise.
Okay. And we owe it to Councilman O and Kimberly with the Black Film Advisory Committee, which I'm a part of, for helping make that happen on very short notice. So, you know, again, thank you for being here, and it's great. Feel the love. I will pass it to DYANA.
Thank you, Mike.
And whenever you're ready to open up questions, I have the mic here.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mike. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Well, let's say good evening to those of you who have stayed behind. Did you enjoy this documentary? Was it not fabulous in so many ways? I'm honored to share the stage with these two individuals. One, I've known them forever. Two, I have great admiration. And as we witnessed, and as I've had a chance to see up close and personal for the longest time, this is a true love story. There's nothing pretend. There's nothing reality TV. This is not phony fake. It is real. These two people had just tremendous affection, and I think that was conveyed in the film. So for me, it was a love story. It is a love story, overarching with a story of a career, of careers, and also of incredulous music that is indeed the soundtrack to our lives. And for me, as an African-American Latina woman in the music industry, who recently I've celebrated my 40th anniversary, I have great respect for Blanche Williams because she is a manager, a woman in a business that is dominated by men. And so for her to negotiate, to operate, and to manage the career of her best friend and husband for all these many years is phenomenal.
Thank you for that. And I'd like to also say I have a partner. Her name is Beverly Gay. She's around here somewhere, so.
So we shout out Beverly as well.
Yeah. Together we manage Billy.
Okay, so I want to go back to the beginning. First of all, your reaction, I know you've seen the documentary many times, but your reaction, Blanche, and then to Billy the first time
Actually,
you saw it.
I only saw it one other time. This is the first, because it was real unnerving
Really?
to see it. Yeah. Because when the cameras are following you around for a couple years like they did with us, after a while you don't really notice the camera anymore, and you tend to like maybe be a little more, candid than you would like than you normally would have been. So when I saw it, I was like all slumped down. It's like, no, I didn't say that. And I didn't go that far. No, I didn't. But
I think one of the things I really want to say is that I don't want nobody to get something misconstrued. If Kenny Gamble walked in here now, we would hug each other and kiss each other because we are still the best of friends.
Yeah.
I want to. You can't fall out so much with the person that made you. And I'm saying that because of this reason, that we both had to suffer something. And we both was being taken and getting ripped off by a big famous record company. And so that's what the only way we had to find out was through each other. And we weren't. But we still are the best. And we still are the best of friends. And I don't want nobody to think that we hate each other, because if you came in here and somebody slapped him, you have to go knuckle down with me too. He's my brother.
Billy, your reaction to the film, what did you love most about it?
I think,
what inspired you most?
DYANA, am I black enough? It's like, sometimes the anger can cloud your judgment. And then one night I just went down in the music room and I sat down and listened to it. And then when I sing it, and I go overseas, Brazil, and France, Switzerland, and I get more requests from white people to sing it than black. It changes your attitude about the song. So I came home, and I really listened to it. And I said, all I'm doing is telling black people that they got to get on up, one by one. And we ain't going to stop until the work is done. That means education, helping each other, you know, like we used to do, like Martin Luther King told us to, that we here stop. So that's what Am I Black Enough is about. Raising our standards and come on up. Stop blaming the white man for all our faults when we ain't trying to do so ourselves.
I want to take you back to the earlier part of your career and then work in a linear way up to where you are now. In the film, it makes reference to the greats, the jazz musicians that you knew were friends and you worked with. Did it at all concern you when you started moving away from straight ahead Black American music, jazz, and started doing pop and R&B?
Well, you know, like, let me say this. My whole thing was mixing pop with jazz. The Beatles are responsible for me doing that. When I listened to the Beatles talking, let it be, let it be, let it be, I was at a church. You understand? So I said, oh, I can mix jazz with pop. So the Beatles was the great, listening to the Beatles. Because, I mean, we can sit there all we want, but the Beatles was a monster. We all know that. But the greatest thing that ever happened to me in jazz was Charlie Parker discovering me. Wow. And to be able to sing with Charlie Parker at 16, sing Stella by Starlight. And he said, I asked him one time, because I always liked to be immaculate. And he always would take papers and stuff and put in his side pocket. And his shoes would bust out on the side when he played horn. So I asked him, I was only 16. I said, why you keep all them papers in your pocket? He said, look, young boy, your job is to shut down and sing. Sit down and sing. I never forgot it. But when I thought I was losing my edge, and that's why I'm going back to jazz, getting back to that. Because I feel more comfortable singing jazz like everyone knows about old folks. In the season it comes and here we go. Just as free as a bird and as good as his word. You know? That's my jazz roots. Right. And that's what I feel comfortable singing. The trio, quartet, and that's why I'm going back to jazz. And that's why I'm glad Am I Black Enough did this, because it's letting, and you people can tell everybody, Billy Paul going back to jazz.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, co-manager? Wife?
Well, I'll tell you, I met Billy. Billy is, for me, and always will be, a jazz singer. That's who he is to me. And when you take, like I said in the film, when you take, Billy was singing jazz until he got with Gamble and Huff. Then Mrs. Jones came along. It was a massive, huge, unbelievable hit all over the world, all over the world. And there wasn't really like videos and stuff at that time. So people didn't really know what ethnicity he was. They just knew it was this great voice and this great arrangement and this great song. And I don't know, for me, as strictly a career move and nothing else, because Billy didn't have to prove anything about being black. Being black or because he was very much a part of the civil rights movement. So, I mean, it wasn't about him having to prove he was black or to sing about being black or to sing messages. It was about, for me, there were so many great songs on that album that could have followed up that massive hit, Mrs. Jones. And I don't know, I will always disagree with Kenny on this, that it was a bad move, strictly as a career move. You know, because it absolutely scared away a lot of people. We got cancellations left, right, and center from especially Caucasian clubs and whatever, because it's not so much the content of the song, it was the title that frightened people and
So
scared them away.
why, I'm curious, as a follow-up, why did that not happen then to Aretha Franklin and Nina Simone, who did To Be Young, Gifted, and Black, Gamble Reference, James Brown, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud? Those records didn't work against their careers. So
Well,
why do you think it
unfortunately,
worked against Billy's?
I really don't. I wish I had an answer for that, but I don't. But I just know that for Billy, in Billy's career, it worked against him. Now he had to do a lot of work to come back from that. But he's such a great talent that he was able to work his way back. But it took a long time. And you have to realize that was in 1972. That was 40
But I
years
have
ago.
to stop you. I have to stop you, and I'm going to say this. Maybe that's what God chose for me.
That might very well be.
So
Well.
you know, so that's the way I think, and that's the thing that made me go on and on and on, and work my way back. Because the thing like when I was out there messing up, man, and maybe putting stuff up my nose and so forth, God had to do that to me for me to work myself back. So maybe so I'm being truthful. That's why, am I black enough? That's why the film is good, because I told the truth. The truth is in it. You know, like when I say about Kenny Gamble, when Kenny Gamble hired me for the International, he didn't hire me as an R&B singer. My first album was Feeling Good at the Cadillac. Where are you, Billy Boy, Billy Boy, Billy Boy? Where are you, charming Billy? You understand? I was singing jazz. Beautiful woman, you're an ebony woman. You understand? I was singing jazz. My first three albums were jazz.
Let me say this, Billy. Let me say this. What I'm talking about is a follow-up. Aretha had released many. Honey, listen, we're not
But
gonna
can we
argue.
go on from that?
Well, wait, can I? Well, no.
Well,
I have
it's
to-
obvious that the two of you don't agree on that. You agree on many other
No,
things,
no,
but
no.
it's obvious that
and you
that
know
is
what?
the point.
And you know what? And we don't have to. We
Right,
don't have
no,
to.
we're
we don't
oh,
have
good.
to. This is
Yeah,
strictly.
it's not
my opinion.
it is not breaking the
Absolutely.
marriage
Absolutely.
up. The fact that
Absolutely.
you disagree.
Absolutely.
I wanna afford everyone who has a question or make a comment an opportunity to do that because the evening is rolling on. So if you would, Mike is in the audience with the microphone. If you could tell us your name and please make your
Excuse me for a
question.
minute.
Yes,
And
Bill.
don't think we are. Oh, we're going to talk about that when we get home. We're gonna get home.
If you could tell
Okay.
us your name and please state your question and or your comment very concisely.
Yes,
sir.
Larry Richardson with More Music Company here in Philly.
Hi, Larry.
Billy Paul,
Yes.
Ebony Woman.
Yes.
What's up with that? That was a great black-related song also.
Yeah, talking,
Not to get you in Blanche in trouble and fighting again, but you know what I'm saying.
talking about my mom, talking about she's an ebony woman. You know, in other words, like somebody had to, and my wife is right. I mean, you know, I understand what she said. She think I got carried away too much into the message thing. But that way I was at the time, because you got to realize, I spent 5 years of my career walking around Gerard College wall till we got black people in. Because every day I used to walk around that wall, I used to be called nigger from the window. And I lived at 25th and Master, right there in Brewerytown. So I never forgot that, because I'm from 25th and Master. And I said, one day I'm going to get black kids in this. So when the opportunity came up, cold, warm, hot, see some more, I was around that wall for 5 years every day.
Yeah.
They in there now, ain't they?
Okay, we have another question, Mike. Yes, please tell us your name.
Hello, my name is Arthur. Could you give us a process of any one of the songs, Ebony Woman? What is the process in styling a song?
In styling a song?
Yeah. How you go about,
Well, the process is, you know, when I get a song, I look at it like it's a poem. And I see how my life can fit into the song. What has happened in my life that I can emphasize and make this song unique? The first thing, I've always tried to take my voice and make it unique and emphasize lyrics, which singers don't do today. You know, they write 4 lyrics, 4 lines, and that's the whole song. See, you got to have a channel. You got to make a song. See, you got to make the person feel like they're in the song and they live in it. And so it's like charisma. You take it from your life and take your life and put it into them. And that sells the song.
Okay, thank you, Arthur. Another question?
Good evening. My
Good
name
evening.
is Sherelle Rankin,
Hey,
and I
Sherelle.
want to say that I pray both of you all your health and strength in the Lord, and you know who and whose you are. And my question is that I do hope that you will take advantage of this documentary and enter it into Floyd and Stephanie Ranch's Run and Shoot, Martha's Vineyard African American Film Fest, because it needs to be there. They did Heavy D last year. They need to do Billy Paul this year.
Well, you know, you can talk to my wife about that because one thing, she's my best friend and she's a good manager, and she tells me the truth. You know, like when I did Thanks for Saving My Life, I did that for her, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I come from 25th and Mass in North Philly, and when I met her, she took all them rough edges and brushed them off me. So I said, thank you for that. And also, you know, like, I got one of my singers, Shirley Lights, out there. Stand up, Shirley. She's been with me for 15 years. She's my band leader.
Nice. Welcome, Shirley.
She can tell you stories about Billy Paul. And she takes a lot of weight off my wife because she's out there in the trenches helping. She's a fine singer, you know. And my sponsors here, Derek Ford. And, you know, like, it's like, see, my wife is, when she tells me off, it takes about an hour, you know. I tell her, give me the short version.
Blanche, to address your question further, this is the Philadelphia premiere screening of this film, Am I Black Enough for You? Is it going to be shown around the country? Because I know it's 5 years. It was released 5 years ago. Do you know what plans there are to perpetuate the film?
Actually, we don't have any plans to perpetuate the film, but, you know, I need to look into that with you and other people. Yeah. It just sort of fell flat. The problem was...
It was premiered in France, and it premiered in Brazil, premiered in Stockholm, Sweden, and now we want to get it in the States.
But I understand that the filmmakers that made this film, there was a problem because the licensing of all these songs is extremely expensive.
Yes.
And it was a money thing to license because there were so many songs in that. So
they
I think
did
the
not
major
get the
problem
rights cleared
has been-
prior
exactly,
to including
has
the
been
movie.
the licensing of all those songs.
That's the problem. Okay. Can we have another question?
Yes, how you doing? So glad to see y'all, beautiful people. My name is Mel Dorn with the C.D. Memorial Philadelphia Freedom Fighters. What Billy Paul was telling y'all, he was walking with us. We were walking with him. Long before the popularity of him, he was about the people. Now, on April the 11th, we're back at City Council again, honoring Billy Paul and the Freedom Fighters.
Beautiful.
So we thank you, Billy, for your...
Thank you.
You're not just a musician, you're not just a singer. You let everybody know from the beginning, you're a man of the people of the man, you take care of the kids, we take care of the village. That's what we're dealing with here. We're not dealing with just a performer, a real brother.
Thank you.
So sorry. I saw somebody up here.
Mike, you see there's a question in the back?
All right, I got
The young
this lady
lady.
here.
Yeah?
We have a question over here. Mike?
Right here.
Okay.
A quick comment and a question. The first thing is, we all have soundtracks to our lives, and I don't think I realized how much of a part of that soundtrack you were. There were a couple of songs that I heard that I just kind of forgot about, and they just snatched me right back to being a little girl in the projects. And sitting there looking at my parents, you know, their album covers, it was different back then. You sat and you contemplated the music. You
Yes.
sat with your cousins and your friends and you played it, but you sat there and it was an experience. It's different now. Everything's so fast, but some of those songs, it was just like, wow, I remember, you know, it just took me back. So I'm grateful that you're part of the soundtrack of my life. I appreciate that. And my
Nice.
question is, when Questlove was speaking about, he was trying to get in your head, and you know, he with the, you know, am I black enough for you, and his take on that. How did you feel about his take on that? I thought it was interesting.
You know, he discussed, Questlove discussed it very, very good. He gave me some ideas. He discussed some things that he read me good, you know. And he read me into something that was really bothering me. You know, did I give up when I got so angry and I wanted to stop singing the song, did I give up? He was honest, and he hit home about that. You know, I think what I want to say about am I black enough in this age that we're in, you know, it's very important for the young people to be close to your family because the family structure is just going out. The young kids, cousins, we don't get together no more. Don't get angry with your young relatives, your aunts and everything, because family structure is the only thing black people got. Keep that tie together, please. And I'm saying that because I'm going through that in my family. And I'm getting ready to nip it in the bud. Because those that don't want to do that, I'm cutting them off.
What about Schoolie D and his comments and the fact that he covered your song so many years after its initial release? What was your reaction when you found that out? And then performing with him?
I was happy.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a little jam session down there at Silk, right there at Spring Garden. I was right in the hood, right, you know. And, and a lot of people were down there, you know. And people, it's really, everybody down there loved the music. And people were dancing, having a good time, and not one single fight.
Not one single fight. That's cute. Blanche, as Billy referenced, there are 3 foreign territories where Billy is a humongous star, and those are France, Switzerland, is it Switzerland, and Brazil. Sweden, I'm sorry, Sweden, France, and Brazil. To what do you attribute, what'd you say?
England.
And England, 4 foreign territories that he's huge. To what do you attribute? Why do you feel that
Well, for
Billy
one thing,
still is
for one
so
thing,
popular there?
For one thing, more songs than just Mrs. Jones were promoted in those countries. So when he performs in those countries, they don't just know him like in the U.S. People think he's a one-record wonder because basically that's the only song that was ever really promoted. So they promoted so many other songs that they know him by so much more than just Mrs. Jones, to the point where they can just sing along with 8, 10, 12 different songs. So he's very popular there and has been through the years because they've heard these songs and they've passed these songs down to generations. So these kids heard this stuff on the radio, they heard it in their homes, you know, so he's singing to different generations. And I just want to add something because, you know, I was kind of cut off, and I want to just express this because I have to. When you talked about Aretha and it not affecting her career with her doing Young, Gifted, and Black, you have to realize that Billy Paul was a jazz singer and not really an international or nationally known artist. So when Mrs. Jones happened, that was like the first. My feeling has always been that Black Enough should have been the 3rd or the 4th single. I was saying it shouldn't have been the follow-up single. Not that it shouldn't have been released, but it should have been further down the line. Aretha had already established herself before she was able to do
So what would
songs
you
like
have picked
that.
as a second single? I'm curious.
I'm Gonna Make It This Time was a great song.
Okay.
I'm Gonna Make It This Time was a wonderful
I always
song.
wanted,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That was a great, you know, well, at any rate, I just wanted to say that.
I want to say that,
I'm having
well, it's this company
having a
in
brain
England
freeze.
that is putting out all my records. And they already shipped me Ebony Woman on CD, Going East on CD,
Going East, Cadillac Club.
Feeling Good at the Cadillac Club.
Yeah, all the, yeah.
So you're going to be
War
able
of the
to,
Gods, yeah, all
War of
those.
the Gods, you're going to be
Yeah.
able to get those in all the record shops, like in Best Buy now, because they bought all the night.
Yeah.
And I just want to say one thing. In the next 2 months, I got a song I want y'all to listen for. I'm going to give you the title. And it's coming out. The name of it is Do Ya.
You're going to be able to download it.
All right, Mike, we're back in the audience. Do you have?
First of all, my name is Gerald Roberts, and Billy and Blanche is like, I'm glad that Billy's here and living, that everybody can, you know, see Billy. Billy and ourselves go back. I remember when Blanche and Billy got together. We was together back during the days at Dewey's. I remember that. But also, when I first met Billy Paul, Norman Connors introduced me to Billy Paul to Rittenhouse Square. Those days we was called radicals. We lived across the street from City Hall, a studio we had, 1430 South Penn Square. And all these guys that lived there was a renaissance, and we had another kind of uniqueness about us. Now, the Sahara room where he played that music, all that beautiful music, we supported him. I remember South Street, too, with Blanche and them. I remember all that. I remember the drug era. I remember Big Time Buck White, all those people. I go back with y'all, and I love you because that's my brother up there and my sister, and we all still living. We did a lot. And he marched right there around Girard College. I remember that. And he fought, and he still looks good, and I'm proud of you, brother, because you're still standing, and you're clean, and you're looking well, both of you. I love y'all.
Thank you for your
Thank
comment.
you, Gerald. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Gerald, I got my little sister over there, Jerry, who I was carrying her around the wall with me. But she,
Other members of your band are here, correct?
my
Just your MD,
band member here.
your band leader here.
Shirley Lights.
Right. You know, let's mention or discuss a little more the drug period of your life, and you referenced the decision to get clean and to go into rehab. What about you, Blanche? What happened? Were you inspired by Billy, or what happened to you?
No, we came to that to show you how God works in your life and you don't even know he's working. We came to that realization at the same time and went into rehab, actually not rehab, just a 3-day detox on the very same day. So that was God working, and we, he went to one facility, I went to another. 4 days later, we met up at home, and we just started going to meetings, and we continue to do that. We continue to stay in the process because we have to
Still doing it today.
We have to remember that we're drug-free, but we're not drug-proof, and we are recovering. So I mean,
When I want to say something, what I really want to say is that at the thing, like everybody thought I was a massive drug addict. See, it was a lot of hypocrisy, and I got to say this. And I don't want to mention no names, because I ain't no snitch. But there was a lot of people getting high with me that's big,
yeah.
but they wouldn't tell on themselves. They said, Billy Paul did that. So that was a lot of stuff that went around. And right to them day, some of them still getting high. I don't say nothing to them. I just say, I ain't going in the bathroom with you.
I hear you. Okay, another question from the audience, please. Yes, sir.
Mr. Paul, my name is Pernell Fogler, and I wanted to personally thank you for all the great music that you've given us for all these years. And I've always admired your style of dress. And one of the things I wanted to know, who color coordinates your clothes? Because you was one clean brother.
Blanche Williams. Did you not see when she was doing the hat?
Shirley Lights starts a lot of stuff. She does a lot of my coordination. And she picks a lot of, she goes shopping, she picks up stuff when I don't want to go. The only thing I tell her is this here. I said, one day, if you ever see my color combination going out, my color coordination going out, you know I'm losing my mind. You know I'm getting senile, you know what I'm saying? So you aren't gonna see me with no shorts, with shoes and socks on, you understand? So.
I love the scene with the band where you guys are dancing.
We have fun
and
like that.
having
We have a
fun.
great time.
It just looks like so much fun.
In that documentary, DYANA, we were sitting at the table, you saw the whole band laughing and everything. That's the way we are on the road. We pray before
We have a lot of fun.
We have a
Looks
lot
like
of
it.
fun.
A lot of
And
fun.
let me say something about this lady. When I first met this lady here, she was going to Howard University.
I was on the air.
She was a DJ
Yeah, WHUR 96.3.
at Howard University.
That's
And
right.
I'm going back.
I actually met Billy, well, Kenny Gamble is my ex. We have 3 adult children. And I actually met Billy before I met Gamble. So and we're talking 1973. So we go back. Long time. Yeah, and you know what? You were gracious, warm. Your humility has never changed. You have just always been a down-to-earth, warm, wonderful human being. Yeah. I love being in the presence of Billy Paul. Yeah. And Billy and Blanche together, it's like a double-double, you know? You get, because I admire her strength. She's a fellow Scorpio, so you know I love the way she loves her man.
Somebody said,
I love the way she loves her man.
I have one story that I want to tell you.
Okay, let's
And this is a story. You know, Roberta Flack is a good friend of mine. When I first met Roberta, you remember Ed Murphy's Supper Club?
Yeah, in D.C. on Georgia Avenue.
On George Avenue.
Yes.
He was writing back of Howard University. And he told me one day, Junk Man used to stand out there with suspenders and a straw hat and just keep his hand like that. He said, you see that guy there? He said, I'm gonna do something for Roberta. I'm gonna expand my whole club. I'm gonna buy him out. I said, Ed, don't mess with the Junk Man. Sure enough, he went and tried to buy him out. You know what the Junk Man told him? He said, you see the Howard University over there? He said, I gave them that. He said, you see the street where your club is on? I own this whole street. Mm-hmm. You move. Mm-hmm. Don't mess with the Junk Man. Because he's selling iron, steel, and everything, things that they can recycle. And that's what happened to Ed Murphy.
Judge a book by its cover.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Okay, we're over here.
Yes,
oh,
Mike.
just I got word that DVDs are for sale of this movie for $10. And,
Nice.
And Mr. Paul will stick around and sign them, correct?
Yes.
Nice.
I hope it-
Okay,
and
great.
We have a very special guest here.
But I'd like for y'all to know that, give her a nice thing. Many times you heard her on the radio, DYANA Williams, but Sunday night she be playing all the Philly music.
Thank you. I love playing his music. In fact, when we sat down, I told Billy, I said, I'm going home and all I'm going to be listening to tonight and tomorrow is Billy Paul. Billy Paul. And I'm buying my copy of the DVD so I can watch it again. Yes, ma'am. Welcome.
And, DYANA, you are the bomb, too. You
Thank
the bomb. You the bomb. First, I want to, acknowledge my brother and my sister-in-law, Billy Paul.
Hi, Jerry.
And you understand, they won. You understand? That is a team, quite a team. They've been together forever, And I love them both so dearly. A friend of mine's mother died, but I still made it here because that's how important my brother is. I just wanted to speak on that he has so many facets of his life. My brother's a gentleman. You understand? I heard DYANA say, he was so warm. He's a good man. My brother, I was to say, that's my brother. You know what I mean? Because, that's right, that's my brother. That's my brother. You understand? Because he is not fake. You understand? He got a heart, and he always dressed. He had a closet full of shoes. He had the suits. He was neat. He could talk to a person that was rich. He could talk to a person that didn't have nothing. He knew everybody, and he treated everybody the same. And can remember everybody's name. That's special.
Sure, Bert.
Many people cannot do that, And I just wanted, giving you props. Don't stop me. I'm telling you who you are. You understand? Because, you don't want me to tell you when you used to give me a nickel to wash out the bathtub. And all that kind of stuff. That's a little insight, you know what I mean? Because, he stayed sharp, you know what I mean? He stayed sharp. Somebody had to do a little dirty work, so you can get a lot of stuff with a nickel, And I was so proud. I said, my brother gave me a whole nickel because you could buy a whole lot of stuff. But all jokes aside, I loved his music, not because I was his sister. He was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Ebony Woman, on the flip side of that brother was a little small hotel. Went down on the other side of the Ebony Woman, brother?
Yeah.
That's how far we go back. So I'm being cut off, but I just wanted to let, we do sign language too. But I just wanted to let everybody know that he is a special guy. And I love him to death. And of course, Blanche loves him to death. And I want to say congratulations. And that document is going to go bigger than that. It's just the beginning of something that's greater to come.
All right.
Thank you,
God bless.
Jerry. Okay,
All right.
Mike, how many more questions?
Okay, can we do like 2 more? I mean, we have like right here. Question, maybe?
Yes, my name is Roscoe Campbell, and I was.
Roscoe.
How you doing, Billy? I was in Club Harlem when that was on a Mother's Day. I had my mother in Club Harlem when they started shooting, and me and I'm a retired policeman, and we were under the tables, and they were firing across the stage, and Billy was trying to calm everybody down, and Mom said, "Is this part of the show?" So I said, and I had my gun, I'm shooting back at these 2 gangs, they were gang warned of Harlem. And my mother said, "Is this part of the show?" I said, "No." But I was in Korea with Billy, but I was a little ahead of him. I was there in 1951. Also, Billy, if you remember Johan, you were doing a little boxing, right?
Yeah.
Well, Johan Sr. was my partner. And he, in 1967, he came, I was married, I got married in 1957. And Johan came to me and said, "Look, Soup, my last name is Campbell." So he said, "Listen, Soup, go to the credit union and get $500, and we're going to invest it in Cloverlay." I said, "Man, what are you talking about? I just got married, I'm wife's getting ready to have a baby. $500 back there then would be equivalent to $10,000 today."
I don't mean to cut you off, but we are running out of time. Thank you for sharing your recollections
next-
of Club.
These have to be questions. I'm coming over here.
One more question.
I'm gonna come back.
Yeah?
I'm doing my best. She had her hand up too.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you, Mike, for putting together such a classy event. I just want to say to you, Mr. Paul, if you can get into your creative box for just one moment, and you can create an all-time legendary concert with you as the headliner, and you would add either past performers or today's, who would be on that concert show?
I like that.
If you could
Okay,
have a
questions.
concert where you'd be on it, but who else would you have, the ultimate concert, who else would be on that concert with you?
Who would be on the concert with me?
Past or present?
Mary Mary.
Ah, Mary.
Mary.
Past or present?
I mean, past and present? I would have Marvin Gaye pass.
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Gloria Lynn.
Oh, Gloria. Oh, God knows, yes. Yes, Gloria Lynn. Phyllis Hyman is passed.
Yeah. I'm curious, Billy, you are one of the great ambassadors of the Sound of Philadelphia, TSOP. What is it about Philadelphia music that makes it so beloved by millions?
Philadelphia music is unique, and I'm going to tell you why. You can take Teddy, you can take the Blue Notes, you can take the OJs, you can take the Blue Magic. Nobody sounds like each other. Everybody sings like their own individual. Their music, and Gamble and Huff laid it with the strings, they laid it different than Love Unlimited. They laid it different. MFSB, you could tell that sound all over the world. It was the Philadelphia sound. So when they named it Philadelphia sound, they were absolutely right. You had Norman Harris. You had Zach Zachary, who played the horn on the beginning. Carl Chambers. You know, you had all these. You just had Larry Washington. You had
Earl Young.
Who had drum, laying that beat down. And Roland Chambers.
Ooh, yeah.
And not only that, you had the Sweeties. You had the Sweeties, you had the Ingrams, you had Shirley Light, Gene Carn, Dexter Wansell.
Yeah, Cynthia Biggs. Wonderful. I think we could be here all night. I want to just ask Billy and Blanche, at this point in their careers and their lives, look into your crystal ball, and what do you see for your futures?
I see wanting to keep myself healthy because I've had a lot of friends passing that's younger than me. It's been a lot of deaths. It's been a lot of deaths. I see ourselves really starting to live. When I say starting to live, me and Blanche have it where we don't let the nonsense bother us no more. So we want to do things. What we really want to do, I want to contribute all my life now to my music, for the rest of my life and go out. That's what I want to do.
Blanche?
I see us doing exactly that, continuing in this business. As long as he has his health and strength and his voice, I don't want him to continue and push on when the voice is no longer there or the health. I don't want anybody to wheel him out and put great big giant size lyrics on a music stand. I don't want him to still be performing at that point.
Yeah,
but as long as he's
well,
still
you know what you got to
viable,
do. If you want that, she told me a couple of weeks ago. I got something I always wanted to tell you. I said, what is this? How come you don't put the top on the toothpaste?
Sometimes it's the little stuff, you know what I mean?
When is your anniversary, Blanche? What's the exact
July
date?
4th.
July 4th, ladies and gentlemen, never forget.
Sure, that's why I picked that
The
date, so he
anniversary,
can never forget.
the birth of America, but also the anniversary.
Yeah, but I see us continuing on because it's obvious he's going to continue doing music until he just can't do it anymore. And that's what I see for us. And also taking time out and going to places, visiting other. In the world, there's not too many really safe places you can go. You know what I mean? So, but I see us doing some traveling and still continuing to work where he can pick and choose what he wants to do. And thank God we're at that point where he can pick and choose what he wants to do and he can say no to things that he doesn't want to do.
I just want to thank you all, because I want to say one thing. I love music. Yeah. I mean, I love music. I love doing what I'm doing because most of all, I love making people happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Blanche Williams, her husband, client, Billy Paul, the legendary Billy Paul. And in answer to the question, am I black enough for you? Yes, they are. Yes,
Thank you,
they
everybody.
are.
Thank you.
I'm DYANA Williams on behalf of Mike Dennis and everyone, all the members of Reelblack. We thank you so much for your ongoing support of this great organization that not only promotes black film, but cinema in general. If you are not a member, I'm a member. I invite you to join the organization so that we can continue to bring you great films here in Philadelphia. Have a blessed and protected evening. Much continued success, and God bless Blanche and Billy Paul.
Thank you, DYANA.